My name is Gary Ksulu, and my team and I are passionate about helping businesses grow, specifically opticians. I am an optician myself, and we grew an opticians from nothing to quite a substantial number, and I'm pleased to say I'm living my dream. I'm now helping other opticians market their business, because I know how busy practice owners are. They've got lots going on, and the thought of having to do 5 or 6 social media posts consistently to bring in new patients, bit tricky. What's different about us other than having that optical knowledge is every single practice is individual. You might specialize in something different from the optician down the road. So you all have an account manager. That person stays with you and really understands what your KPIs are, whether that be contact lenses or frames or myopia control, whatever it happens to be. They really get it, and they're really spreading that message out for awareness, so you get your return on investment. So I'm going to really dive into this, not take too long. You're probably thinking, well, this sounds great, but how much does it cost, Gary? Before I do that, I'm just going to show you something that is quite important to understand. The bigger chains cannot compete locally with a small optician that is continually updating its website and doing its Google My Business and understanding how social media works. This is an optician we look after. There's a search of intent, opticians in Manners Lane, Harrow. You're only going to search that if you're looking for it. I know that nearly 200 people a month, 200 to 300 are searching for that, and they're first. So that really is prominent. But if you thought that was good, look at the bottom. They're first also on organic search. All of the opticians that we look after, all of the clients, we work on their social media, making sure that they are prominent on that first page. It takes time. Sometimes it only takes a day. Sometimes it might take up to 6 months. But we're obsessed with getting you to that first page. There'll be some reason why you're not there. You just got to prove to Google that you're a genuinely great business, which I'm sure you are, and that's our job to look after that. So how much does all this cost? You'll be pleasantly surprised to know that we've got a tiered system. The reason we charge a monthly fee is because these things are constantly changing. They're constantly updating. Google want to be the best for search. That means that they will really be very drawn to the practice that is updating itself every day, every other day. So Splash, most popular. It's great for a practice that's on its 4th or 5th testing day, maybe even double testing, and will grow and sustain. It's 5 social media platforms with 4 social media posts a week. I hear you say, but why do I need that many? Well, it's different strokes for different folks. As they say in America, Facebook's for a slightly older generation. Instagram is that in between, and certainly TikTok much younger. Everyone needs YouTube, and I'm sure you use YouTube to find things. So there's your 4. Sometimes you can swap them out. You can go into LinkedIn for a month and then swap it back if you want a corporate account. So SEO, that means you get into the top of Google. That's a constant challenge with Google, changing things all the time. We do insist on 1 meeting a week when you are a Splash. It's a 5-minute thing. We want to speak to your advocate on the shop floor. Make sure you've got things to shout about. And of course, there could be diabetic week or macular degeneration. That's quite generic. We want to know what's particular about your practice and what makes it so great. Google My Business. You just saw that we got to the top there. You might have it and not realize that after a week of a post, it expires. So you need to be keeping up to date with that. And you can put frames and lenses on it. It's £550 plus VAT. That's not more than £100 a week. And we really, really add value there. We're so confident that we'll add to the phone calls, and it's all linked to Google, that will give you your money back if you're not up on phone calls on the first month. That's how confident we are. Ripple, slightly less money, little bit more emphasis on the practice to write a blog. There's less social media posts, so the growth isn't as quite big as the Splash, but that's fine. You'll get there. And then a Sprinkles, our smallest package, great for a practice that is just starting out, small budgets, has a bit more time to do in the evening, because these guys, they're too busy to, their work-life balance is good. Just starting out, we're going to help you. There's consultancy thrown in as well, just to help you through those delicate couple of years. And I love it when somebody starts as a sprinkle and goes on to a ripple and a splash. What's the next process, I hear you ask? Well, if you like the sound of this and it's within budget, which is such good value for money, it would be a Zoom call. So you can email me at Gary@LovingSocialMedia. You can connect with all of our social media. We love that. And we'll get back to you. We'll arrange a Zoom call and go from there. I hope this has been interesting. Hope, maybe you've even learned something. You're responsible for the practice growth and maintenance in the marketing department, and you think, I'm just too busy to do this. I'd rather somebody else do it that loves it. I was the judge in this year's Business Book Awards, and I'm really proud that it was a national award, and they've certainly done their due diligence on me. We love it. That's why we're called Loving Social Media. There you go.